Still have like a lot of things I feel like
This is
to
cope.
work on. I
Cope.
do.
It's still early and we still have things to work on. Hey, you've been through it, dude. You know what kind of person she is. Matt shares his real feelings about his relationship with Jasmine after the cameras have turned off, so you know it's at least somewhat accurate. And we have had a death in the 90-day universe. Sad, sad day. We will get to all that. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I appreciate all the support. Let's get right into it and see what Matt is saying. And are Jasmine and Matt still together? Now, are Jasmine and Matt still together? We know at the tell all it was definitely kind of controversial, considering that Matt is not willing to say, I'm going to be waiting for you forever. And of course, Jasmine got mad about that. Shocker of all shockers. She wants what she can't have, and she wants to lock down something that she doesn't even really want. Is there anything more Jasmine than that? In this article, Stephanie Montero, we'll get to the bad, but talking about what this whole relationship is, if anything, it's not even really a relationship. It's hard to call it that. But what she goes on to say is what the status actually is right now. And of course, it goes on to talk about how through the season, we saw Jasmine's communication with both Matt and Gino. It went back and forth, making good TV. But was it real? Was it fake? What is the real part of it all? In the final episode, Matt proposed and Jasmine didn't immediately say yes. After the tell all, Jasmine revealed that Matt had cheated with someone named Elizabeth. This is disingenuous at the core, and I'll tell you why. Because it's a blatant lie. It's not even just disingenuous, it's a lie. What she says here, the writer says that Jasmine revealed that Matt had cheated with someone named Elizabeth. That's not even what happened. What happened was they were talking about when they weren't even together. This was the whole open relationship thing. This was the whole, I'm going to sleep with you, but we're not in a relationship. This is just to have sex, basically. And what was revealed was that there's this other lady named or this other woman named Elizabeth that his mom supposedly wants to hook him up with, but that he was hooking up with before. That all of this is going on when they're not even a couple. Jasmine got mad because supposedly this broke the rules of the arrangement because he wasn't supposed to be with anyone else sexually. Problem is, the clip that they cut to is Gino asking, and are you with anyone else right now? No. That's all he says. Are you with anyone else right now? He wasn't with anyone else. Whether that was the time they were actually sleeping together, him and Elizabeth, is not known, but it's irrelevant because he was not in a relationship. And yet they're trying to put it on Matt like he was cheating. Cheating with who? The person he's not in a relationship with? You knew what this was. Jasmine even went on to say he's the one that's basically the whore of the gym. He sleeps with whoever. He's an F-boy is what she keeps saying, laughing about it. And now she wants to get mad knowing what that was. He himself said, yeah, there's been several at a time. You're single if that's what you want to do. I do not condone that. Not at all. But he can do what he wants to do, and you're going to get mad about it now because this somehow hurts you or it just makes you look stupid. Little bit of both, I guess, but it's pointless to get mad. This is just Jasmine being Jasmine. It says, nevertheless, they decided to move into a house together in November 2025. Oh God, what the hell was he thinking? From the posts on Jasmine's social media, it can be inferred that although they are living together, they are not really gone public with their relationship. No, because Jasmine doesn't want to be within any kind of relationship. She wants to have someone on hold that she can just do with what she pleases, like a plaything, but not actually be in a relationship. This is her trying to be in control of the situation while looking like a complete idiot because what she did was create a broken home. Now she has created something where she's got a daughter with this person but never actually wants to be in a relationship with them and keeps them at arm distance with their daughter. It's ridiculous at face value, and you're raising a child to be like, think something crazy like this is the norm. Wait till your child looks back at all the stupidity you did in 90 Day Fiance, and I hope she looks at the screen and says, what the hell, Mom? What the hell? At one point this season, Jasmine admitted that she and Matt had not formally defined their relationship. Of course, he tried to over and over again, but she wasn't having it because she's a stupid person. She informed viewers that she was moving to Florida with Matt and revealed to Gino that she was expecting Matt's child. Matt also expressed his intentions to maintain a relationship with Jasmine, writing on social media comments that he continued to pursue her. Jasmine posts indicated that she was still processing her previous relationship with Gino and the emotional impact of the marriage. Yes, they were still processing it all. Or she was still trying to play this whole thing up with Gino, which was an arrangement from a sugar baby type website. That's how they came to be. So, but yet she declares her undying love for Gino, maybe undying love for Gino's wallet, I guess. And by the way, to be with like such a person like Gino, you got to have some issues because he's a weird dude himself, and he definitely had his own issues in the relationship. Neither one of y'all were innocent. Both of y'all are trying to remain relevant. Matt seemed like the only one that was trying to keep some sort of relationship going for the sake of the daughter and not have a broken home. Jasmine does not care about that. Jasmine cares about Jasmine. But let's take a look and see what he actually had to say. So he went on TMZ, which, TMZ is the gossip column. You all know that they're the ones that run the paparazzis all over the place. So take it for what it's worth. But now that we're apart from the 90-day filming and everything that went on with that, actually, I believe what he's saying here. There's actually some insight into what actually might be happening between him and Jasmine.
I said that at the tello, right? That if it wasn't for Matilda, I
Yeah.
probably would not be trying to marry her right now.
Yeah, so he admits that he tried to propose because of his daughter. He was trying to maintain a family, maintain a relationship with Jasmine, who is hard to be around and hard to stomach because of how awful she actually is, for the sake of his daughter, because he knew that he made the decision to sleep with her. He made the decision to not use protection. I don't care what they said. They didn't use protection. Come on. They thought they were invincible, whatever. But he knew that he decided to do all that, and now he's trying to be around for the sake of his daughter. But he just wants to be around and be there for his daughter, just to have time with her, because he knows that Jasmine is the type that will use that child as a weapon against him. That is the personality she has. She is vengeful, she is vindictive, and she will do what she can to hurt you if she perceives what you did is wrong, even if it wasn't really wrong.
Because I still think like it's pretty early and we still have like a lot of things I feel like
This is
to
cope.
work on. I
Cope.
do
It's still early and we still have things to work on. You've been through it, dude. You know what kind of person she is.
think once you have a child with somebody and you guys are like living
Yeah.
together, like there is a point where, when are we going to get married? Like, are we going to move forward? I don't understand what's going on.
And he's thinking that because of the kid. Let's be honest. The way he was, if she never got pregnant, he'd just be on to the next one. Maybe he'd stay on the hook for a while, but it wouldn't be forever. He'd get tired of it and walk away. He's trying to be there for the kid.
Without Matilda, yeah, I would not be pressing it right now
There you go. Yep. From the horse's mouth himself, he admits it. It is because of Matilda.
because I just don't think we're really ready. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I think we need some. We still need some things to
Yeah.
work on.
Why?
Yeah. So a little less arguing and stuff would be
There you
nice. I'm sure people are not very happy with me. Like Jasmine is not happy either. She gave me like the side eye all the time. Uh-huh. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say to you because we aren't there yet.
Yeah, you're not there yet because of how she is, and and that even though he gives some insight into they're fighting. There's still so many things they have to work on. He was trying to dance around the subject because he knows he'll go home and she'll beat him, most likely, if he says something too crazy. So it's we still have some things to work on. There's maybe a little less fighting, and maybe I would have proposed, maybe I wouldn't have. But what he was really saying was, we still fight all the time. I'm not trying to, we still have some things I want to work out. I'm not trying to be with someone who wants to fight all the time, but I want to see my daughter. So it's a nightmare for them. That's clear. They're trying to be social media like ready or whatever you want to say by doing the whole, oh, she's got alopecia. She shaved her head and he shaved her head too. Oh, yay, we're doing this together. It's for show. Maybe she really does have alopecia. I don't know. Possibly. I'm not going to say anything about her medical condition because I just don't know. But a lot of the stuff they do on Instagram and a lot of the stuff they do on their social media is for show. It's a big show. It's trying to remain relevant. It's trying to have eyes on from the public eye, trying to have an audience, trying to have fanfare because they want to be famous. I don't know so much about Matt, maybe more, but Jasmine definitely. So we'll see how all their everything they got in their relationship plays out. But this is not going anywhere good. This is not going to end well. And they're just not going to end up together. The issue for Matt is going to be how much custody are you going to get? Because what's going to happen is when you finally get to that point of saying, I'm done, I'm over it, I'm not doing this anymore, we're going to find a way to co parent our child, but we're not going to be together in any way, shape, or form, which means stop sleeping with her. You got to stop sleeping with her. You're not going to be able to make it work because she's going to be like the Black Widow to you. So once all that happens, then it's on her to basically see, or she's going to be her trying to see what she can do to hurt you with your daughter, because that's just what she's going to do. She's going to try to get all the custody. You'll be lucky if you get visitation if it's up to her. So I hope you can find a happy medium that your child's, upbringing and your child's mental stability as they grow depends on you finding some sort of way to co-parent with this person who clearly is not stable. So this is going to be interesting. Matt has definitely, he's made his bed for sure, but I think he's trying to do the right thing overall. Jasmine, being almost 40 years old, acting like a perpetual high schooler that just can't get past the mean girl phase, is going to be fun to deal with. I will say that. So we'll see. We'll see how all that plays out. But on a serious note, and I mentioned this when we did the recap of the last happily ever after. Elizabeth's father passed away. I've said plenty about Elizabeth. I'm no fan of Elizabeth, but it's really sad when you lose a family member. Despite my feelings about her, I hope her and the family are okay. I hope they're dealing with it well, as best you can. I don't know if "well's" a good word, but as best you can, because you lose your parent. It doesn't matter how old you are. It would be tough. It would be a really tough thing to deal with. Doesn't matter if he was sick. And on top of that, they may have been the ones that alienated the family, but he was the one that tried to stay in their lives and tried to be there and was probably the only support from her family. So I'm sure it's tough for them right now. We can make the argument that they did a lot of that themselves. Fine. But right now, still, it's tough. They're mourning, and so my heart goes out to them for sure. Because regardless, we sit here and talk. Trust me, I get at them all the time, but we're still all humans, and it sucks to lose somebody. It really does. So let's take a look and see what they're saying about that. So 90 Day Fiance star Elizabeth provides emotional update after father's death. So she took to Instagram on Saturday on November 29th, so just a few days ago. Who's posted a video of her and her husband Andre posing for photos in a field with their two children, and added caption that detailed their grief. I've never had to navigate something quite as difficult as grief before. Andre and I are doing everything in our power to make sure our kids remain happy and on a normal routine. I try to think of doing the things that we normally would do, but then catch myself feeling guilty along the way. She wrote, I try to smile and feel better, but honestly, deep down, I'm hurting. She then asked fans to share advice on recommending coping methods, telling a fan who lost her own father and remained in shock for a year, I'm in shock still too, that is true. And then it goes on to say that Chuck, who appeared in the TLC reality show alongside his daughter's family as well as his own extended clan, died last month. Elizabeth and Andre, who are both 39, shared the news via a joint Instagram post on November 23rd, 2 weeks ago. Tragedy struck our family and has left us completely shattered. My sweet, loving, and caring dad went to heaven. We're trying to figure out how to navigate our lives and move forward without him. They married in 2017. They have a daughter, Eleanor, and son, Winston, together. Please respect our privacy during this extremely difficult time. Yeah, so then she engaged in a few fans who commented on her most recent post, telling one who suggested that she put together a photo album with his photos in it that it was a good idea. Another fan suggested that she turned to trusting that he is in a better place, to which she responded, yes. 2 days after the announcement was posted, Andre shared his own tribute to his late father-in-law. It's been incredibly tough for us. And then he says, I know there's been drama, tensions, and storylines over the years, but what people saw on TV is just a tiny portion of a real relationship. What I can say is Chuck's genuinely loved filming, and he loved the energy. He loved the excitement. He really did. The connection of all of us. He loved people in general. Yeah, I listen. All of that is really nice. I think that it seems really genuine. And they probably really do mean what they're saying. I mean, I know they mean, not probably, I know they mean what they're saying. When I say probably, I just mean like, a formulated statement or something like that. No, I think it really came from the heart. I think that it probably means a lot to them or it probably really hit them because he was the one that was supportive. Regardless of why he was the one that was supportive or there for them, he was the one. So I'm sure it hits hard. Of course, they put the point out there that, oh, well, despite the little portion of storylines, yeah, we don't see everything going on behind the scenes. That's true. But you do put out there whatever's out there, you're still being yourself. So ultimately, people see a certain portion. Who knows what goes on behind the scenes? Regardless of all of that, I hope they find a way to find peace. I hope they can move forward and be okay. It's not easy. The little kids not having their grandfather seem like a really good guy. Any longer is really, really tough. So my heart goes out to him. I'm praying for him, and I hope they're okay. I hope it turns out okay as best it can when you lose somebody, because it is not easy. Okay, so tough parts aside, let's look at what we're going to be looking at for The Other Way next week and what we have in store, as this season seems to heat up and get worse and worse every time we watch an episode.
Next time on 90 Day Fiance The Other Way.
What is it?
Manon loves the fact that I was in the military. God. She just loves the uniform.
So he was in the military. Thank you for your service. Appreciate you. That's great. That's awesome. But now you're using it as a role play. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord. She actually showed lively and is not criticizing him because he's dancing for her like a, I don't know, like some sort of pet.
It's very cute. It's very sexy. It's very cute.
Ooh, yeah.
He needs to leave her. My God. She is troubling and bothersome.
You ready?
Yes.
Dylan's mom is the reason
I'm surprised they're playing tennis and not pickleball. Isn't pickleball the thing now?
why we are not married today.
You still haven't paid the debt off.
Well, that's because Dylan asked me to move here.
So still.
What? So she went back to blaming her for everything with Dylan, and then now I will say his mom shouldn't have any business with her debt. So I don't know why she keeps bringing up the debt. That's on Dylan to talk to her about it. But then he says, you haven't paid the debt off. Well, Dylan told me to move here. What? Were you gonna pay the debt off? Because I don't think you were going to.
Dylan's fault again.
This is what I'm talking about when he shares too much information with his mom about us.
I feel like you're a needy mother, Joe.
Okay, and her saying that is ridiculous because, yeah, she's involved in the money where she shouldn't be, but she gets mad about her calling Dylan like at least once a day. And in reality, it's not even that crazy. It's like brief phone calls. It's nothing too intrusive. It's nothing even ridiculous. And she, Patia's just kind of going crazy with it and making a fool out of herself.
How long would it take if we did file the partnership papers?
That process will take approximately 5 months.
Uh-huh.
Part of that 5 months, you need to stay in the States.
Oh, damn. So they're trying to do the work visa or whatever. So the process can take 5 months. Part of that 5 months, you have to stay in the States. And she has repeatedly said, long distance ain't going to work.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
Uh-huh.
I'm shocked.
Uh-huh.
Jonathan and I definitely would not survive long distance.
There you go. And she says it again, we will not survive long distance. Now, it's long distance is not, it wouldn't be easy. And so if she was going to try long distance, people can make it work. But she's so adamant they wouldn't survive, even if you're knowing that you're going to be coming back, that it makes me think that the insecurities in your relationship probably need to be explored further, because how would you expect to make a long-term thing last regardless if you can't even be away for a month or two to try to make this work? Again, not an easy thing, but if you're talking long-term and this is what you have to do because you want to live there but you want to work, you'll make it work for the one you love, I would think.
Not at all. Maybe I'm making the worst mistake of my life.
I had no idea it was building up.
Yeah, this is bad. So he had no idea, and she said, maybe I'm making the worst mistake of your life. Probably. I mean, not because of anything, he seems nice enough, but not even particularly just him in general, but because you're making this rash decision that you were so sure about moving there, and all of a sudden you're not sure about anything. I think that something's going on with her impulse control wise. She's not really thinking clearly, and maybe she needs to think through things before she makes any rash decisions, whether it's relationship or anything else.
All this time.
We just need to spend a little bit of time together again.
See, he's trying so hard. This is kind of sad. Said we need to spend some time together again. I think there's something to explore still.
I think there's something to explore still.
This guy, this poor guy, he's basically begging her. Yeah, that's not going to go over well. Poor guy, poor guy. So she's going to go back to the States, maybe explore her career, whatever, most likely. But again, how much of a good decision she's making, that is to be determined. I don't think any of them make any good decisions whatsoever. There's not a single good decision that's been made on that show. But maybe someone will surprise me. Maybe Patil will lighten up. Maybe Chloe will decide that she needs to lighten up as well. Maybe Manon will decide to not play the victim anymore. Yeah, that's a big ask. But anything is possible. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, share with your friends. I will see y'all next time.